parents, Kate, Billy again here with another tutorial. As I told you before in the last tutorial, navigating the website, we'd have a place here for students. So, coming from our classroom website, and again, that's mrclaranger.weebly.com, I'd recommend bookmarking this if you could. That would be a great idea. And also, you can bookmark this on the iPad and save it as a tab. Save it as right on the home screen, which would be easy for your kids to get to the website. I can show them how to do that here at school. But for students, I want to show you our digital text doc. And I wanted to introduce to you one of my favorite tools, and what was a fan favorite of many of my students last year. It's called NEWSELA. Some call it NEWSELA. I like to call it NEWSELA. So here we are at our doc. The nice part about this doc is I can update it. So right now I just have 3 of our favorites to read. Just know that when I make changes, they'll automatically change on the doc. So anytime you click here, it will open this doc. This is a shared Google Doc, which is cool. Now our friend Colby's already signed in up here. And I'm going to show you how to get into NEWSELA. See these underlined words here? These are all hyperlinked. So I do have the class code here for some kids that might not have signed up. Now, just know, I'll have signed up all your kids, but if they don't have sign up, or if they haven't signed up, you can use this class code to get them in. Press on NEWSELA. The wonderful part about NEWSELA is this. It allows for Google login. So I try to choose a lot of tools that allow for Google login so we don't have a lot of memorization of passwords. And also so I can track the data and I can see what they're logging into as well. So as you can see here, Colby's not signed in. We're going to sign up. As it loads, we're going to look for I'm a student. Cool part is I'm a parent. You guys can sign up and you could be included in this process too, so you can see what your students are reading and keep track, which is nice. I'm a student. We're going to sign in with Google. Now, if your child's already signed up, you won't have to go through this process. Some students are already signed up who are very interested in this. So they're already up, they're going, they're running, so you won't have to worry about this process. But just in case this happens, you'll know how to sign up. You want to go ahead and allow. As this loads, NEWSELA is great because it's all informational text. So as you can see, it's got various readings on, from science to war and peace. So what's going on around the world, and how are people making efforts for peace? Has sports, has science, has health, arts, section just for kids. And look, now Colby signed in, which is awesome. And we're going to get him with our class code, because look, here's our class code. I get him in. I just copied the class code. I'm going to paste it in. I'm going to sign him up. And the cool feature they have this year is there's NEWSELA Elementary, which is new. So once this goes through, and the internet's going slow today, but that's okay. The cool part here is all these articles are updated daily, sometimes a couple times a day. And look, here he is. We're in. He's all registered. And if I were to come back to my NEWSELA, I was just logged in. I'm not sure why I'm logged out. I would be able to see Colby and all the students that have signed up. I'll come back in while that loads. So this is what it looks like for Colby. Anytime Colby reads anything, anytime I can see that data, I can assign readings to Colby so he can read something. And at the end, there are kind of little comprehension quizzes that might be just short ones. Typically, they're about 5 questions long. I'm just going to come into an article here. The cool part is they're also leveled, meaning he can choose an article that's on his reading level. Once we get our AIMSweb data back, which we just did some of our AIMSweb testing, I'll have a actual more accurate count on what level your student's at, and I'm going to share that information with you. The information will be shared on a document that has all of these passwords and how to sign in too. So I'm going to take all these different sources that they're reading from, and like Raz Kids, for example, Google Classroom, everything a student needs to sign into, and I'll have all the passwords and logins right there for you. I'm going to show you that later. But for now, you can see you can change the complexity of the text by clicking on the Lexile level. And again, I'll have the information for you, what reading level your student's at. So it just changes how hard the text is to read based on their reading level, which is really cool. And then at the end, they can take a quiz. They can also write and reflect on what they read, which sometimes I'll have them do that. And the great part is it'll all be linked right here to my account, where I can see my classes and I can see my students right in here, which is nice. I'm doing a little 3-finger swipe in case you're wondering, oh, how's he doing that? 3-finger swipe, and it's sending me back to here. You can see my tab, and back over here I'm in the student tab, so I can give a student view and I can give you the teacher view all at once. And so here's my 3rd grade right here, so I can keep track of all my students and what they're doing and what they're reading, and I can kind of see what they're interested in too, which is great. All right, so that's NEWSELA. Again, if you got any questions, if you got a suggestion for a video, let me know. Thanks, guys.